Hola, el día de hoy les mostraremos algo muy bonito. Ya se vio aquí un poquito y es un... ¿Qué es?
The Magic Adventures Globe.
¿Es un globo? ¿Un globo? No, ¿qué es?
It's a magic globe.
Es un globo mágico que es este. ¡Wow! Es muy bonito. Mira, tiene esta lapicera. No tiene para pintar, pero con esta tocas el lugar que quieras que te diga dónde es, qué cultura tienen, qué tienen, y enseña muchas cosas muy bonitas.
Okay.
Vamos a aprender. Oh, aquí es para bajarle, subirle de volumen y...
Okay, vamos a empezar.
Vamos a empezar.
Ya sus fuegos acá abajo.
Ya viene.
Acá abajo son fuegos.
Sí, tiene
Welcome to the
fuegos.
Magic Adventures Globe.
Es un globo mágico.
You'll need to use the stylus to play with this globe.
Te
The
explica lo que...
stylus works best when tapped
que
straight
sueles
against the
hacer.
globe,
Mira.
not at an angle. Tap the buttons around.
No pusimos.
Countries. Use the stylus to touch the globe and learn about Egypt.
I'm Reggie Rover, and I travel the world and discover far away.
Egypt.
Egypt.
Egypt is a country located in the northeastern corner of Africa. The Nile River Valley and Delta is this country's heartland, which was home to one of the world's earliest urban and literate societies and principal civilizations of the Middle
Íbamos
East.
a Egypt.
Egypt
Yo
has
quiero
one
ir a
of
un
the
día.
richest architectural traditions in the world, spanning thousands of
Yo
years.
no tengo dinero y estoy bátame allá. Ahora Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea.
Papua New
Papua New
Guinea.
Guinea is an island country located just
Papua
north
New
of
Guinea.
Australia in the southwest Pacific Ocean. Most of this country's land is on the eastern half of the island of New Guinea, where Indonesia takes up the western half of the island. About 600 islands make up the rest of its territory. This country is well known for its wood carvings, notably masks and figures that have religious connotations.
Okay, ahora vas a jugar fuego. Vas a jugar around the world.
Around the world in 20 days.
Around the world for 20 days. Please, we can win.
Your mission is to circle the globe in 20 days or less. Answer questions correctly and you'll race through 2 countries a day. Let's find your starting country. Our starting location for this part of the journey is Japan in the Pacific Ocean. Tap Japan to make sure your plane is cleared for landing.
Ya pochilo.
Nice work! We're all clear to land in Japan.
Do you want to travel to Indonesia, Australia, or Papua New Guinea? Using the stylus, touch a selection button beneath. Now you're headed to Australia by jet.
Australia is one of the largest countries in the world and is the only country that occupies an entire continent. This country is known for its Great Barrier Reef, vast outback, and its unique wildlife. Indigenous Australian rock art is the oldest and richest in the world, dating as far back as 60,000 years and spreads across hundreds of thousands of sites. True or false? Australia is one of the largest countries in the world and is the only country that occupies an entire continent. True.
Correcto.
Correct. Australia is one of the largest countries in the world and is the only country that occupies an entire continent.
Where would you like to travel to next? The Solomon Islands or New Zealand?
Solomon
You're on your
Islands.
way to the Solomon Islands by sailboat.
Oh, yo me
The
gusta aquí.
Solomon Islands is a country that consists of 6 large islands and over 900 smaller islands in the southwestern Pacific Ocean. The main islands of this country have many mountains and volcanoes and are located in Oceania. Many of the smaller islands are made of coral. There are approximately 63 to 70 distinct languages spoken between the different groups living here.
Oh no.
True or false? The Solomon Islands uses just one language, Solomonese, which is spoken nowhere else in the world. False.
correcto.
There's 70 distinct languages spoken between the different groups living here.
Where would you like to travel to next? The Federated States of Micronesia or the Marshall Islands?
Marshall
You're off to the Marshall Islands by jet.
I
The
did.
Marshall Islands is a country in Oceania that includes islands scattered over 2 million square kilometers of the Pacific Ocean. This country contains 5 islands and 29 atolls, which are coral reefs that surround shallow water. In travels between the islands, early inhabitants learned to read the patterns of the waves and the position of the stars, and they made stick charts to record and pass on their observations to less experienced navigators. True or false? In travels between the islands, early inhabitants learned to read the patterns of the waves and the position of the stars, and they made stick charts to record and pass on their observations to less experienced navigators. True.
Correcto. Okay, ya do the rest.
Correct.
Are you kidding
In
me?
travels between the islands, early inhabitants learned to read the patterns of the waves and the
No, you have to
position of the
serve
stars,
us.
and they made stick charts to record and pass on their observations to less experienced navigators. Your journey has taken 2 days so far. Keep going. Our starting location for this part of the journey is the United States of America in North America. Tap the United States of America to make sure your plane is clear for landing.
Are you Vivi? Are you Vivi?
Nice work! We're all clear to land in the United States of America.
Okay.
Do you want to travel to Mexico, Colombia, or Venezuela?
Mexico.
Using the stylus, touches. You're off to Mexico by jet.
I
Mexico
jet.
is a large country in North America located between the United States and Central America. This country has a rich mixture of American Indian and European cultures. Mexico City is built over the ruins of a great Aztec city. Because it is built on a lake, the city is sinking at a rate of 6 to 8 inches a year as pumps draw water out for the city's growing population. True or false? Mexico, this country has a rich mixture of American Indian and European cultures. True. Correct. Mexico, this country has a rich mixture of American Indian and European cultures.
Where would you like to travel to next? Ecuador or Brazil? Using the stylus, you're off to Brazil by bicycle.
Brazil is the largest country in South America and takes up roughly half of the continent. This country contains most of the Amazon River Basin, which has the
Amazon?
world's largest river system and the world's most extensive virgin rainforest. The 4-day pre-Lenten Carnival is the most famous and exuberant Brazilian holiday where popular music and dance, especially the samba, are on full display. True or false? Brazil is the largest country in South America and takes up roughly half of the continent. True.
Oh, gee.
Correct. Brazil is the largest country in South America and takes up roughly half of the continent.
Go
Where would
crazy.
you like to travel to next? Greenland or Iceland? Using the stylus, touch a selection button beneath the screen to choose your next destination.
Okay.
And you're on your way to Iceland by submarine.
Iceland is an island country located in the North Atlantic Ocean between North America and Europe. This country is one of the northernmost inhabited places on the planet and is a scenic land of glaciers and volcanoes. Icelandic cuisine centers on the country's fishing industry. Hakkarl, which is a